Hello, hello. It is Marlene Motivates. Thank you so much for tuning in. I surely appreciate every single one of my motivators family. And I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about there are so many reasons for joy. I am Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. On this channel, I like to put a focus on motivating people to feel their best, to be their best, and to overcome any challenges that you face in your life. So let's tune into today's conversation. What are some of the reasons why we get down? We get discouraged in this life because of stress. Let me see if my volume is up. We get so worried and anxious in this life because we go through so many things. We go through family issues, we go through financial issues, mental health issues and moments and problems, just so many things to bombard us that there's a lot of things that can get us down and to get us discouraged. But today we want to focus on the spirit of gratitude, thinking about what we have in our present moment. Because when we put a focus on what we presently have, we will keep a positive attitude. And that is so important. We have every reason to focus on the positive. There's enough negatives in our life, there's enough negative people in this world. So we have to put in the effort and the energy into being positive, okay? So let's get into today's topic and discussion. First, I want to define joy. Joy is a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. When was the last time in your life you put a focus on your ultimate happiness, your ultimate pleasure? Well, it is possible, motivators family. It means that we have to put in an extraordinary effort into keeping our focus positive. That's why the people we associate with, that's why who we listen to, it's what we think about ourselves is so important. We are in control of how much joy we have every day in our life. We're in control of that. It's something that we can do. We can change it and shift it. So if you have some negative people in your life, you can do something about it. I know before, one thing that I used to like to say to myself is every day I would wake up, I have to shift my mindset. I have to shift my thinking into something positive. And it's not easy because when we think about our issues, our stress, our responsibilities, it's very easy for us to get discouraged and to think about the things that are going wrong. But today, I want us to focus on the positive and the things that we can change. You can change to doing and being positive, okay? What are some of the reasons that we have for joy, okay? The number one reason we have for joy is you woke up today. You have another chance at your life. Now, what we choose to do with the life that we have is up to us. Every single one of us is different. Every single one of us. And there's nothing, you know, that we can do to shift what other people think. We can't do anything to shift what other people think. All we can do is try our best to maintain a positive attitude. And that's it. That's it. That's it. So I always try my best to keep a positive attitude, keep a positive energy, and then you just keep going. After that, that's the only thing that we can do. We can't shift and change anything else. So just keep going and don't worry about anything else. Try your best to maintain a positive attitude. When I think about sometimes the people that we have to deal with in our day to day, whether it's our relatives, whether it's your friends, it could be your parents, it's a coworker. It's so many situations in this life that cause us to get down, to feel down, to get discouraged, to be discouraged. But don't give up. Every single day, we have to make a choice whether we are going to choose peace, whether we're going to choose joy, whether we're going to be positive, or whether we will be negative. Now, I know before I started working on myself, before I started making different choices, I would blame other people. I would blame stress. I would blame everything for how I was feeling. And I used to say, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so stressed out. I'm so angry. Why do other people treat me this way? And yes, it's very difficult to deal with other people, whether it be your relatives or people outside of your immediate circle, like your coworkers, and even here on social media. It can be very draining to deal with people who choose to be negative. I always like to focus on the people that I have in my life that encourage me, that motivate me, and that inspire me. And the people who do not motivate, encourage, and inspire me, you just let them do whatever they're going to do. Don't let other people get you down. Never let others control what you think about yourself. If you let other people get into your head, get into your thoughts, control your energy, control other things, you are giving them power over you. You're giving them power over your mind. Now, one thing that nobody can do is control what we think about ourselves. Nobody can have that power until you release it. And that's something that is very important for us to focus on, motivators family. We have to make a choice to say, I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm going to focus on every single thing that I need. Okay. And for me, it's something that I have to wake up every day and make a choice. And I tell myself, today I'm going to choose to be positive. Today I'm going to encourage myself. Today I will be inspired. Today I will smile. Today I will never give up. All of those things we have to constantly feed our mind and encourage ourselves. Hi, Wellness with Virgo Mama. How are you doing? Welcome. A happy Monday, happy new week to you and all of my motivators family. So, everybody, let's get into talking about reasons to be joyful because there are many. Like I said in the beginning of this discussion, the main reason why we should be joyful is you are alive another day. There are so many people that wish that they could say that because unfortunately they did not make it. They're no longer here because of many different reasons, ailments, maybe sickness, all different types of issues, being in car accidents, and the list goes on and on. So just because we're alive another day, just because you exist, you should be joyful. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to walk around with a smile on your face all day, but I mean having that inner joy. That's something that we have in our control. No matter what's going on outside of us, the negativity, the stress, the drama, the whatever, we have control of our inside. And I like to remind myself when it seems like the world is spinning out of control or other people are trying to be negative or get me down, I like to remind myself that I have another day full of promises, full of hope, full of joy, full of greatness that's made just for me. Just for you, you have a lot of potential, okay? Just because you are alive another day, you have another reason to exist. And if we really focus on our reason for being alive and not worry about what you don't have. See, as human beings, it's only natural for us to focus on, I don't have this, and this isn't working, and this person is saying that, and this is difficult. We have to mindset shift. How do we do that? We mindset shift our mind when we start, like if somebody says something negative to us and we know that it's not true, we know that it's a lie, say, that's not true. And then you replace that with what is the truth. See, that's a mindset shift. It's something that we have to learn. It's not something natural. For the majority of us, it takes work to maintain a positive attitude because this world is full of anger and resentment and jealousy and evil people and drama and just so much stress that if you do not take control, you will start to adopt other people's negative attitudes. You will start to become lackadaisical and feeling lazy. Well, other people aren't doing anything, so why should I? Don't take on other people's attitudes and problems and drama. I like to remind myself on a regular basis that I'm valuable. And the same thing to you. Insert your name and tell yourself, I'm valuable. I have meaning. I have a purpose. I have people who depend on me. I am loved. I am valuable. When I think about that and remind myself that I am valuable, and you remind yourself you are valuable, it will give you another reason for joy. Most of the time, we hyper fixate. We fixate on the people who don't like us, the people who do stress us out, the people who don't appreciate us, the people who are negative. And that will definitely take you on a downward spiral. Don't worry about the ones that don't like you, the ones that don't care, the ones that don't support. Focus on the ones that do, the people who pour into you, the ones that love you, the ones that appreciate you. Those are the ones you got to focus your energy on. Thank you so much, Joshua. I appreciate it. So focus your energy on the ones that appreciate you and don't worry about the ones that don't. Like I said earlier in this discussion, we have to make a decision. We have to make a choice every day we wake up. I choose to vibrate higher. I choose to be positive. I choose to make wise decisions. I choose to see my life as the glass half full instead of half empty. See, it's all of those things, that perspective. It's the way we choose to allow our mind to focus on things is how our life will be. It's just the reality of life. When we focus on the positive, when you focus on what you have, when you focus on the things that you have overcome, when you focus on your personal gifts, and you start to remind yourself of that. I want to pause on that for a moment. I was never naturally a positive person, even though I am right now, but it took some work from my childhood up until my early 20s. Hey, Butter Roll Boutique, how are you doing? Welcome. I hope you saw my message on your video. Thank you so much. I got your package. And I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. I wanted to say this to every single one of you. Don't worry about other people. It's natural for us to want to be accepted from other people. That's only natural. But what do you do with that negative energy? Do you listen to it? Do you believe it? Or do you shift that energy and say, they're irrelevant, they don't matter. I have this person and this person who supports me. And ultimately, even if all of the people in your immediate circle leave your life, backstab you, mistreat you, remember, you always have yourself. That's one of my main reasons every day I wake up and I have joy in my heart, in my spirit, in my soul, is because I wake up and I say, I'm alive another day. I have another day to enjoy. I have another day to see and to breathe and to live my life and to not only motivate myself, but also to motivate others. We can be a role model, an example to other people, and we can show them, you know what? My life isn't perfect. I'm going through things. I have struggles, but I make a choice to be positive. I make a choice to vibrate higher. And we can, but it's not easy because I'll tell you, when you're looking at all the bills you're facing or when you don't feel your best, it's not natural for us to do that and to be that way, to think that way. We only want to focus on the negatives. We always want to focus on how we feel. We want to focus on what we're going through. But you have a reason to be joyful. Okay. I want you to focus that in your mind. It's something you have to tell yourself. You have to speak that into existence with yourself. I like to remind myself every day, Marlene, you have a purpose. You have people who are relying on you. You have people who love you. You have people who support you. Focus on that. And that is a wonderful reason for joy. And you deserve it. And that's my next point. We deserve to have joy. I remember all my years from I was a little girl until I made a decision to work on myself and heal from the past. Because the people in my environment were negative or controlling or jealousy or complainers, that's the attitude that I adopted. But one thing about life, nobody control the way you think. People can, really irritate you. People can really say things and be very rude to us, but we are in control of what we think about ourselves. We are in control of how we are going to allow our day to be. Will we say, today I choose positivity? Today I choose to be positive. Today I choose to speak to others and encourage them. And I will not put down other people. And also, we have to say that to ourselves because we can be very critical about ourselves. I know that it was an issue that I had before. I would be comparing myself to other people or look at what other people's gifts were, and I would always say, "Oh, I can't do things like them," or "I'm not having the success that this person or that person has." But you don't need to have that person or that person's success. You have your own. See, when you focus your mind on you, work on fixing you. And that's a journey every day. It never ends. For the rest of our life, we will always be working on ourselves. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have days we're going to feel so encouraged, and you're going to have days where you feel very discouraged. But this is something that I like to do when I'm feeling discouraged or when I'm going through something or someone is trying to project their drama or their fears onto me. I like to remind myself, I am in control of me. I cannot do anything to fix another person's negative attitude. Other people's problems are not mine. See, when we allow our mind to focus on those things, and remember, stop picking up other people's problems, whether it's your relatives, it's your kids, it's a person you're in a relationship with, it's a friend, it's a co-workers. See, it's natural as a human. We have that tendency to want to fix other people's problems or support others, but are we supporting ourselves? We have to think about that. What is my mindset towards other people? And it's a thing we have to stop trying to control other people. Another person has to make a decision whether they want to be positive, whether they want to make better choices. If we always bail people out or fix their problems or do things for everybody, when will we have time to focus on ourselves? See, that's something that I remember when I was in therapy and my therapist told me that. I really didn't think about it. We always think so much about other people and helping other people, and we think it's so can't even say the word, ab, ab I'm trying to say like admirable. I always struggle with that word. Like it's something positive that we're always the good person or we're always the kind person. It's not something that we should be proud of to allow people to run over us. That's one of the main reasons why I know for myself why I was not happy in my life, why I did not possess joy, is because I was never doing anything for me. I wasn't focusing on my physical health. I wasn't focusing on the things that I needed and getting myself out there and doing the things that I like to do. See, it's nothing wrong with supporting and helping other people. That's what we do as human beings. We help or we assist, but we should not make it our whole life to be there 100% for other people, and we are never there for ourselves. You have to support yourself, and it's like that message about putting your own oxygen mask on. You have to breathe, you know, you have to rest. You have to be well mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially before you can go and help another person. And that's something that I know for sure for me. I used to feel bad to say no. I felt like I was a bad person. I was a bad daughter or a bad sister or a bad aunt or friend to others because I would say no, especially when I knew that I could. But what helped me with this line of reasoning is just because you can, it doesn't mean that you should. You have to give yourself, you have to apply some compassion to yourself. I know that's for sure one of the reasons why I was not possessing joy in my life is because I wasn't giving myself time to say, what would you like to do today? Or what are your goals? What do you need to focus on? Are you doing the things that you like to do? Are you working on your talents and your gifts? And that's something that is so beautiful and is so important for each and every one of us to do, women and men, to focus on yourself and kind of going through an evaluation. What am I doing with my life? Am I doing my life's work? Do I enjoy it? Does it fill up my cup or do I feel drained? Why it's important to ask ourselves these questions is sometimes we can, yes, be busy trying to provide for ourselves and our families, but at the same time, we can't only support our families or support our friends or support a job. We have to support ourselves, okay? Support yourself, believe in yourself, and be encouraged. Hi, Blaze. How are you doing? Welcome in. Blaze says, peace and blessings, Marlene, and everyone in the house. Hope all is well this evening. Honestly, that's something I still struggle with to this day, trying to be there for everybody all the time. Yeah, I think it's just a natural thing, Blaze. You're not alone in that. It's something that I know that I am a reformed people pleaser. People pleasing is just something natural that people do. And but my thing is, it's nothing wrong with helping and assisting and supporting others, but it should not be at the cost of your mental health. It should not drain you financially. It should not drain you spiritually. It should not be mentally taxing, on your brain, on your mindset. When you are doing things for others, it should be because you want to do it. See, and I know for myself, that's ultimately what I was not doing. I was doing things and then I would complain about it. Oh, they always ask me, and why don't they do it for themselves? So if you are operating in that spirit, you're doing things, but you're not happy. There's no joy in the doing. There's no joy in giving. Then you need to rethink, why am I doing this for X, Y, and Z person? Okay? Rethink that. When you start to do the things that you want to do, only do those things. Don't focus on doing things that you don't like, that you don't want to do, that you can't afford. Okay? And that helped me a lot. Learning to say no and to stick to it. not just saying no and being wishy-washy, like, oh, no, I can't. And then later on, if they plead and they beg, please, just this time, I know you could do it. You know, like when people hound you, oh, please, just this time. And this and who else is going to do it? And I don't have any. And then you just, okay, fine, I'll do it. But then you have an attitude. See, when you operate in that spirit, you carry that through the day, and then you come home and then you're complaining to other people, oh, when I did this for this person. So when we are in that spirit of we're doing things, but it's not in a space of peace, we're not in a space of we're doing it because we want to be kind, we're just doing it just because. And that can take away our joy, that can sap our energy, that can bring down our vibration. And that's not what we need, okay? So learn to say no and mean it, okay? Because a lot of times I know I'm guilty of it. I have said no and then later recant and do it anyways because of whatever reason. But it's not good for us. When we say no, be firm. You know, you have to believe in the reason why you are saying no. Because if you don't have a reason why, no, because number one, I don't want to. No, because I can't afford to. No, because I'm tired. No, because I can't afford to. So there's many reasons. So make sure the next time something comes up that somebody asks you to do and you don't want to go to it, you don't like it, it's not in your beliefs or your values, don't feel guilty to be an adult. See, as an adult, we have to make wiser choices. And I found that when I have learned to start only doing things that's positive, that makes me feel good as well. I love to give to others, but when it's in the power of my hand, when I'm able to do it, when I can afford it, when I'm not too tired, you should never let anybody or a group of people drain you and take from you just because they want and need. Because I have found, not only for myself, but I know many people feel this way, that we have to do something, or we're a bad person. You know, you're a bad mom or dad or brother or sister or coworker, because people get used to you always saying yes. And that's something that I had to come to a space inside myself to stop feeling guilty because it's no. Don't attach any guilt. You know, that's something within your control. You have to ask yourself, why do I feel guilty that I'm not doing that? Because most of the time it's a control thing. We'll say that they need us, but actually we do it because we want to have the control of the situation. So take your power back and say no, set boundaries and mean it. Why setting boundaries brings us joy? This is the next point. Boundaries brings us joy because it's good for them and it's good for us. See, when we set a boundary, I don't like this or I do like this, we let other people know how we feel. We let other people know this is as far as you can go, but also it's good for us because we can say, this is what I'm not going to do. I will not devalue myself. I will not waste my time. All of those things are important because it shows that we respect ourselves. It shows that we love ourselves, and it sets the tone for other people. Oh, don't even bother because they're not going to do X, Y, and Z. You know, sometimes because we stand for things in a good manner. Like we don't do things that's demeaning to others. We're not disrespectful. We're not backstabbers. When we operate in that, people who really know us will speak up for you. They'll say, don't even ask them. They're not going to do it. So that's a good thing. It means that we are displaying the right qualities. It means that we are setting the right standards for other people to treat us, okay? Because we do. We train people how they're going to treat us. And if we don't speak up for ourselves, If we don't set those standards, our joy starts to get diminished. I know for myself, my joy gets diminished when I'm not doing the things that I like to do. Maybe you're just working too hard, okay? And maybe you need to take a vacation, a few days off, or maybe you need to unplug your phone. Or this is a big one, the reason why many people's joy is diminished is because they make themselves too available. That's a big one. There's so many of us that we make ourselves available to everything. Every time the phone rings, every time a text message shows up. So stop making yourself available. Let the phone go to voicemail. Don't answer the text message. Don't feel that you have to show up to things just because other people expect you or want you to be there. And that's the thing. You are the one that have to live with the decisions on how you feel, on what you're going through and what you can afford, okay? Another reason why we can be joyful is because of our mental health. And I can say for me, when I started to put a focus on my mental health, because our mental health matters, okay? Your mental health matters. So we have to put in some work into ourself. If you are feeling like bombarded, because there's so many things that we can be bombarded by, problems, issues, challenges in our life, stress, bills, on and on. There's millions of things that can cause you to have some mental health issues. But we are the ones that have to say, I'm not thinking too right. Or, I'm talking this way, like what's going on? When we're going through something with our mental health, we have to be mature enough to say, this is not good. I need to pause, take a break, and focus in on me. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody is going to, okay? So, joy can improve your immune system. It can help you to fight through your stress and your pain, and it can increase your chances of living longer. It also can help to make you more patient, kind, and creative. So, when we take care of ourselves, we feel better. We get more creative. We do the things that we actually love to do. And I love that. I love that for me, and I love that for my Motivators family as well. When we allow our creative juices to flow, getting into our passions, whatever that may be in your life, think about the things that you're good at, and whether you're doing that full time or as a hobby, you have to make time to pour into yourself and to do things that restores your mental health, that brings you peace, that makes you smile, that brings your stress levels down. We have to do those things for ourselves. And the reason why is because we love ourselves. Because we love ourselves, we're willing to make sacrifices. And I know for me, I used to do so many things for so many people. Hi Metro, how are you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I know for sure for me, I used to always focus so much on doing so much for other people and supporting other people and being kind to other people. But was I doing those same things for myself? You have to ask yourself those questions. And am I paying attention to how joyful I feel? Are you doing all of these things to make others happy? But what about others pouring back into you and giving to you? Just as we give, we also deserve to receive. Every single one of you. It doesn't have to be monetarily. It could be someone supporting you spiritually. It can be someone supporting you mentally. It could be someone supporting you all different ways. Just showing up, listening to you, say, hey, let's go out. Let's just being a listening ear. There's many ways other people can pour into us and to support us. And for me, that's one of my favorite things when you have a true friend or you have real loved ones in your saddest times and your darkest hours when you feel distressed, and you don't even have to ask them for their support. They freely give you their time. They open up their hand. They're right there. They're knocking on the door. They're bringing a gift. Maybe they bring you some food. But just as we pour out, we also deserve to be poured into. And that doesn't make you selfish. And I have heard people who are very demanding. Okay? Oh my God, I've never ever heard that. What have you never heard of, Miss Doretha? Let's see. Metro says, came home from work and relaxing. I had a great day, no problems. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Metro says, communication with the trust of value and joyfulness are wonderful. Yes, it sure is. So that's something that we have to really pay attention to. We really have to pay attention to what's going on with us and how we are feeling, okay? The next point is another reason for us to have joy is our social connections. So the people who are there and supporting you. That's something that we really should have joy for. There's a lot of people that don't have one person that loves them, one person that supports them, one person that's their friend. So it's something that I like to think about. And it's even something I write in my journal. I'm thankful for this person and this person and this person in my life. That's an amazing reason for joy. It's a reason to bring a smile to your face. You have people who love you. It's something that should encourage you, motivate you, and to let you know I have another reason why I should never give up. They're they're waiting for me. They depend on me. They believe in me. And I know for myself, I need to remind myself of that when I feel like I don't have a reason. Like there's no, like it's not, I'm not nothing special, because we all go through those moments, those waves of life where we feel really discouraged. We're human, you know. If we said we never felt discouraged, that's one of the biggest lies. Everybody feels discouraged. Everybody goes through something, and it's okay. But remind yourself, think about it, whether you have children or whether you have a sister, whether you have a brother or a friend, whether you have a spouse, a significant other, whatever you have in your life, is the people who pour into you and love you. That is really valuable and important. Hi, Nadia. How are you doing? Welcome. And that's so true. So that's very important. Think about your social connections, okay? Joy can be something that can help you to create um, the the grounds for you to feel seen, for you to feel heard, for you to feel important. It's nothing like when you get a phone call from a friend, from a loved one, from somebody that's very valuable to you. Doesn't that make you feel good? For me, that brings me joy that somebody was thinking of me, that somebody tells me they appreciate me, that somebody says, let's make plans to do X, Y, and Z. That brings me joy to know that I am thought of and I am planned for. For me, I think it's a wonderful blessing to focus on that. Another reason for joy is that we have a roof over our head. It's something that many times we take for granted, that we just come home. Yeah, sometimes you get overwhelmed by the bills that come with having somewhere to live. We get overwhelmed by that, paying your rent or your mortgage or whatever it is, living expenses, and all of those other bills that we have that come to us on a regular basis. We get overwhelmed by that, but also we we have it. We're not outdoors. That's something for us to think about. I'm so grateful. And I like to tell myself that and remind myself I am so grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm so grateful that I have food to eat. It may not always be luxury. We may not have the creme de la creme of the best homes or luxury car or luxury this or that. But as long as we have some food to eat, for me, that brings me joy to know that I am cared for, that I'm valid and I'm important. And I want to say that to you all too. Remind yourself of that. You have somewhere to live, you have food to eat, you have people that care about you and love you. Even if it's just one person or just a very small amount of people, that's all you need. Remind yourself of that and tell yourself, I am joyful because I have people that love me. Okay? Think about that. Mitra says that's right. Nadia says true. Okay, let's go on. We have two more points to focus on. Now, this is something for all of my spiritual family. Oh, it cut off for a second. Okay, so the next point to all of my spiritual family, we have to tap into the fact that we are not alone. No matter what we are going through, you are not alone. Okay? And for me, that brings me joy to know that I don't have to carry the weight of all my problems. I don't have to do it all by myself, or to whatever it is that you believe. You have that to support you to get through your day, to get through your moment, to get through your discouragement. For me, my spirituality helps me to take the load off, the weight off of my back, the weight off of my mind, off my spirit, off my soul, that I don't have to carry this. And sometimes I forget. So I wanted to remind my motivators family, you can always just release it, give it back to the spirit, okay? Now, how do we do this? We have to make time for our spiritual things, whatever it is that you want to do, because everybody has different thoughts towards spirituality, whether it's your meditation, whether it's your fellowship, whether it's worship, whether it's giving back, doing kind deeds for others, whatever it is that helps you to feel connected, to feel supported. Do those things. And we forget sometimes because we're so busy working and responsibilities and family, on and on and on. Don't forget to reach out. For me, it's God. For me, my God is everything to me. And if it wasn't for God, I would never be able to make it through. But for others, it's other things that they believe. And, I respect others' thoughts and opinions towards their spirituality. It's all about respecting others. So, this is another thing, everybody. What can bring you joy in your life is fellowship. There's nothing like having people that have you ever felt really down some days? Or you're crying your eyes out, or you don't want to get out of bed, and you have people such as an accountability partner, a mentor, a coach, a friend that will love on you in your darkest hours. That is something to be joyful for. And I am so grateful to have some great mentors, to have great friends, to have my spiritual family that supports me when I am low. So, whatever it is that you're going through today, when you feel discouraged, maybe you're carrying a heavy burden, maybe you're carrying so much bills, or you're going through personal health issues, or you're going through abandonment. Maybe you feel lonely. Maybe you're just overwhelmed with stress. Everybody feels that way from time to time, or sometimes a lot of times we feel that way. So when we feel that way, don't neglect to reach out. For me, it's one of the hardest things for me to ask for help because I always feel like others are so busy. But if we don't reach out and ask for the help that we need, we can't get our joy back. And for me, spending time in fellowship with people who really care for me, it's refreshing. I find refreshment. I find peace. I find joy. It fills up my cup. It centers me. It balances me. Because no matter what I have going on at home or at work or in my mind or some of the weights that I'm carrying from the past, when I just spend time with friends, and you know how it is when you could have a good friend or a loved one and they say something and they make you laugh, they take your mind off of something, or you're just out and just talking about things. It's good for us. So don't neglect to spend time with your friends. See, positive associates. I don't mean the negative ones. I'm not talking about the ones that drain you, or if you're around them, it's an argument, or they're putting you down, or saying, why don't you do this or that, or always snapping at other people. No, I'm talking about bringing in positive people into your life. Now, I will tell you that that's not easy because I came from a background where I had so much negative people around me. And I honestly don't think that those individuals even thought that they were negative people, you know, but they were. And I started to adopt their mindset. I started to adopt their focus because you become who you associate with. You become the energy you surround yourself by. And for me, my energy was completely depleted. If all you're hearing is complaining and drama and negativity and lies and judgment and gossiping, that will suck the life out of you. That will make your energy low. That will make you feel discouraged. That will make the weight that you're already carrying even heavier. So I encourage you to have a mentor and friends and associates. You know, something that I didn't understand until I went to therapy is that you can choose to have new people in your life. You don't have to know them. Get yourself in a support group. Talk about how you feel with people that you trust. It doesn't have to be people in your age group. You can find wonderful, positive, and supportive people if you just take the time to look for it. I know having my online support group, I have an online support group for grief. I have an online support group for, just what I do for my business. You can find online support groups for anything, no matter what you've been through, whether it's for, your children, it's for grief, it's for an ailment or a disease that you currently have. There is a support group for just about everything out there online, but you have to be the one to fill up your own cup. You have to be the one to open up your mouth and say, you know what? I need some support. And that's what it took for me. I had to tell myself, I need support, and the people who are around me are not giving it to me. So while you're out there, you know, basically drowning in your pain, feeling discouraged, feeling very low. Your power is very low, it's very scanty. So instead of being in that space, we can make better choices. And that helped me so much when I had to remind myself I have the power to find new friends. I have the power to go out there. I have the power to reset and restart my life. It's not over until you give up. So when you start making better choices, your life will change. So, it's just something that I wanted to come on and to encourage all of my motivators family and to say this to each and every one of you for you to not give up and to keep going. And there's hope for you, but you have to look for it. You have to search for it. You have to shift your mindset. You have to be around positive people. You have to, heal, And one of the best things that I ever did for me to have joy in my life was forgiveness. And I know just about everybody doesn't want to hear about forgiveness, but it's true. It's not that forgiving other people means that what somebody did to you is right. And also, when you forgive others, it does not mean that you have to deal with those people anymore. You can forgive people and you can move on. For me, that was so healing. It was like soothing to my soul and my spirit and my mindset that I can forgive them for the pain that they caused me. And then I can say to myself, I give you permission to move on. And for me, that took a load off my mind, my body, and my spirit that I'm taking control. And I can say out loud, you hurt me. You did wrong to me. But I release it because I have better ahead for me. Because I'm going to make a positive choice. I'm going to be the mature one. I'm going to make a choice to move on with my life. See, life is out there for us to live, Motivators family. And speaking, for me, I was letting my life go by. Years go by, we get older, situations happen to us in our life. But we can, even if it's simple things, try new things in your life. That will give you joy. Put yourself outside of your comfort zone. Is there somewhere you want to visit, whether it's travel, whether it's trying a new business venture, whether it's whatever? We can have the ability to completely change our life when we change our mindset. And that brings me so just an elation, a euphoria, to be honest with you. Um, it really is. It's a euphoria when I think about that for so many years, I was so sad, so down, so discouraged. And I had the choice that I could have made the choice to say, I release it. I let it go. I forgive them. I can't do anything to change them, but I'm not going to let anybody stop me from being happy. I'm not going to let anybody stop me from my joy. I'm not going to let anybody stop me from using my talents. See, and that's another reason for my joy. And it could be another reason for your joy as well when you focus on your talents. And I want to say this, I have wonderful motivators family. Each and every one of you possesses talents, whether it's singing, whether it's drawing, whether it's being a motivator, a businesswoman. I have artists, I have writers. There's so many different talents that people have, and it does not always have to be a talent that you have with your hands. You can have your talent could be you're a great listener, you're a great friend, you're supportive. That's a talent, okay? Don't let anybody stop you from using that talent because there's somebody who needs to hear it. Hi, Bedrock. How are you doing? That's something that each and every one of us needs to hear. And that's true. Don't give up. We have to continue to shift our mindset. We have to continue to be positive. We have to continue to not allow the negatives on the outside to shift our focus. We are the ones that are in control of our mindset. We're in control of what we think about ourselves. Nobody else is. Nobody else can. See, and that's something when I started to take ownership of that, take accountability of me, I can't do anything about my past. I can't do anything about my relatives. I can't do anything about other people. All I can do is work on me. Take care of my physical health, take care of my emotional health, my spiritual health, my financial health. Take care of yourself and what you need to do so that you can feel good about yourself. One of the best gifts that we can ever give ourselves is love. Self love is a gift that keeps on giving, and it's going to be different every day. Sometimes self love means going to sleep. Sometimes that self love is a vacation. Sometimes that self love is saying no and meaning it. Sometimes self love is leaving places, spaces, and relationships that are toxic, that are not pouring into you. And I don't know about all of my motivators family, but that is so hard for me. It's so hard for me to close a door, but it's one of those things that you have to cut the cord. You have to cut the umbilical cord to people who are just taking all of the nutrients. They're getting all the benefits. And they just keep taking, they're leeches. They suck you dry. The more you do is the more you want. You can never satisfy them. You can never please them. Then they don't say thank you. You do this and they do that. And they want more and they want more, never satisfied. So we have to be very careful about those type of individuals, because if you have more, you're extending more effort, if you're putting out more than what you're receiving back, of course your joy will be diminished. Of course you will feel discouraged. Of course you will feel down. So it's just something for us to think about, to be cognizant of it, and to not allow others to drain us, okay? And that's the part of putting your own oxygen mask, loving on yourself. And it's something that we do need to say to ourselves. I love myself. And because I love myself, I'm going to make good decisions. I'm going to encourage myself. I'm going to be my own cheerleader. I'm going to cut off things that are draining me. I'm going to leave spaces where I'm not fed and encouraged. And that's how you maintain your joy. If other people do not make you feel joy when you're around them, if you feel like angry or you feel stressed out or whatever, if it's not something positive, if you don't feel poured into, if you don't feel encouraged, it's a good time for you to exit, because your life is too valuable. You are too valuable. And that's something that I had to come to that space of realization on our own. Nobody can make you make a decision to love yourself. You have to do that. You have to tell yourself that. And also, you have to put it into practice. Because I love myself, there's things that I will not do. And these days, I don't play about me. I can't speak for all of you motivators family, but I don't play about me. I don't let people talk to me any type of way. I don't let people stress me out. I do not let people ghost me. I do not let people use me and abuse me. You have to respect yourself. You have to be confident and you have to assert yourself. Not saying you have to be nasty, but you do have to say, either with words or by your actions, I don't have to put up with your nonsense, okay? So it's just something for us to think about. And I wanted to do this topic to tell you all, we have many reasons why we can be joyful. You have many reasons to have peace. You have many reasons to love yourself. You know, you are loved. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I feel that somebody needs to hear this. You are loved. You are valuable. But maybe sometimes it's the individuals in our life that we feel they're taking advantage of us. You know, they're ungrateful, they're unreasonable. But that doesn't mean that you should allow others to take away from you. Okay? Metro says users and abusers are very shameful. All they do All you do is give and they take. And that's just it. They give, you give and they take, but you're never giving back to. So you have to pay attention to that. Pay attention to your energy. And something I want you to say, each and every one of my motivators family, I want you to say this to yourself. I am valuable. I am important. I can do great things. I love myself. I believe in me. Great things start with a beautiful mindset. I focus on the positive. I encourage me. I love me. I am my own best friend. Just some things for you to think about, for you to meditate on, and even some things maybe for you to make some changes and make application in your personal life. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Those who are watching in the replay, hit that like, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications. And I got to say, thank you all so much. Shout out to all my motivators family and welcome to all the new subscribers. I see that I'm at 8,000 subscribers. I'm very appreciative of all the new subscribers. One of my videos, no, not one, a few of my videos have gone viral, and I'm thankful, I'm grateful, yes, for all of it. I thank you. Shout out to all my channel members. Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to all my motivators family. And like I always say every single time over here, be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, and never give up. You deserve joy. It is your portion. And you know what I say over here on Marlene Motivates? Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life. See you guys back on the next one. Oh, hey, Eastad, how are you doing? Welcome. Metro says priorities and balance are needed to heal and get away from those who are a bad influence. I agree, Metro. I agree. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to everybody. And right now I'm going to go over to the members only after show. So all my channel members, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I'm about to start up that stream and we're going to chit chat, and you know how we do it with the members only. I'll see my members over there on the members only after show. Bye-bye, guys. Everybody have a great rest of your evening and maintain your joy. I'm Marlene Motivates, and I am your life coach. See you guys on the next one. Oh, I forgot to say, thank you so much to all of those who support in membership, and also those who subscribe to my channel and join channel membership. It starts at $1.99. I'm going to be doing a member only live stream for a shout out, I believe, next week. So stay tuned for that. See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.